Hi everyone, my name is Deliana and welcome to my channel. I hope you're staying healthy and calm during this coronavirus outbreak. Last week I shared a delicious roasted eggplant hummus recipe and everyone seemed to enjoy it very much. I want to thank you for all of the comments you left on YouTube. This week I'm making a vegetable lasagna that is vegan and gluten-free. There's no pasta in it. I'm actually adding a layer of basil pesto to enrich the flavor. And basil has lots of benefits. It's great for the skin, it detoxes the body, it also supports the liver function, and it has anti-inflammatory function. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and if you do, please let me know in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's get started. Now let's start with the ingredients. We need 3 cups of tomato basil sauce, 2 large sweet potatoes, 3 red bell peppers, 1 lemon, 2 garlic cloves, 3 medium-sized zucchini, 1 cup of avocado oil. You can also use extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 cups of vegan cheese. I bought this at Whole Foods, 1 eggplant, about half a bunch of fresh basil, 1 cup of raw cashews, and these are all of the ingredients. We're ready to start. First, we will slice the eggplant, about 5 thick slices. We're preparing the eggplant to bake in the oven. Add about 3 tablespoons of avocado oil on a baking pan and spread the oil evenly. You can place the sliced eggplant on the baking pan. Arrange it so you can fit as many vegetables on the pan as you can. Then sprinkle some salt, cumin, and oregano. Cumin gives a really nice flavor to the eggplant. Brush some of the avocado oil. That will soak into the eggplant and it will make the flavor better. Flip the eggplant and you can also brush some avocado oil on the other side of the eggplant and sprinkle with more spices. Again, we're using salt, oregano, and cumin. Next, we'll slice the zucchini, thick slices, and we're preparing them to bake. Again, brush some avocado oil over the zucchini generously. Add some of the spices, salt, cumin, and oregano. Then flip the zucchini over and season the other side as well. Again, we'll brush some of the avocado oil, then we'll sprinkle some of the salt, cumin, and oregano. And then we will place the zucchini right next to the eggplant on the baking pan. Try to fit as many as you can. without overlapping the one layer, and then set them aside. Now the next step is to slice the sweet potatoes, round slices, relatively thick. And we're preparing the sweet potatoes for baking as well. You will need a second baking pan. Add some avocado oil and brush the oil to spread it evenly on the baking pan. Then start layering just one layer of the sweet potatoes on the baking pan. We're only adding one layer because we want the sweet potatoes to bake evenly and relatively quickly. Fit as many as you can. And then again, brush with some avocado oil generously. This will give this golden look of the sweet potatoes. Then sprinkle some salt, cumin, and oregano. Next, we'll slice the bell pepper. Remove the seeds. And then place the bell peppers on the baking pan. You may need to rearrange some of the vegetables to fit the bell peppers, as well as you may put some on the first baking pan. Try to not overlap the vegetables too much so they can bake nicely. And then sprinkle some of the spices over the bell pepper and brush with some avocado oil to get them softer. And now it's time to bake the vegetables. Bake at 350 Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. And meanwhile, let's make the pesto sauce. For the pesto, again, you'll need 1 cup of raw cashews, 1 lemon, which I sliced in half, 2 garlic cloves, 1 cup of avocado oil, again you can use extra virgin olive oil, and half a bunch of basil. Then you'll need a blender or a food processor. Squeeze the lemon into the blender cup. And then add the avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. The original recipe is actually with extra virgin olive oil. 1 cup of the raw cashews. This will give the thickness of the sauce. Add the garlic, 2 cloves. And last we will add the fresh basil. Remove the stems and just add the basil leaves. And then start blending about halfway through. You will need to pause and add 1 cup of water. 1 cup of water should be just enough because we want the sauce to remain thick. Then continue blending until you get to a smooth consistency. Meanwhile, the vegetables are now baked and they have that nice golden color. We will let the vegetables cool down for about 10 minutes. These are the lasagna layers. We need tomato basil sauce, pesto sauce, and 2 cups of vegan cheese. Next, we'll add the avocado oil to a baking pan and spread it evenly. Then goes the first layer, which is the tomato basil sauce, and you can use any pasta sauce you like. I prefer the tomato basil sauce since we're adding basil pesto, just to have the same taste. But you can use tomato garlic, that will be a good substitute. And then the first layer will be of the sweet potatoes. Add as many as you can fit on the baking pan. Depending on the size of the baking pan you're using, I actually used all of the sweet potatoes to cover the first layer of vegetables in the lasagna. Next goes another layer of the tomato basil sauce. You don't need to cover the entire sweet potatoes with the tomato basil, just a little more so they stay nice and juicy. We will be adding more tomato basil later on. Then add a layer of the roasted eggplant. 1 large eggplant, slices into about 5 slices. So once you place the eggplant, you may need to fill in with a little bit of the zucchini. And then add a layer of the basil pesto sauce. You can see that it's nice and thick. So we will spread it evenly over the eggplant and the zucchini for a nice layer. You will also notice that the basil pesto is not too smooth or liquidy. It is thick and it has that slight chunkiness in the consistency. This is because I did not blend it for too long, but for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. And then you can sprinkle some of the vegan cheese. This vegan cheese I got from Whole Foods, and it is made mainly from cashews. Then goes a layer of zucchini. You can place them with some space in between. Because we will add the bell peppers in between the zucchini to have a 1 layer of colorful vegetables. And this will be our last layer of vegetables. We fit all of the vegetables we baked into this pan. You may need to rearrange some of the vegetables to fit all of them into the pan. And then add another layer of the tomato basil sauce. You can use the remaining sauce to cover the vegetables. You can see that we are adding many layers of vegetables and tomato basil sauce, and in between we added the basil pesto sauce, which will give an extra flavor to the dish. Make sure to spread the sauce evenly to cover all of the vegetables, because again, this is our last layer of sauce before we add the cheese. Now add the remaining cheese, which is about a cup and a half. And depending on what size of a baking pan you're using, you may need to add a little bit of more cheese, depending on how much cheese you like in your lasagna. The idea is to cover the entire baking pan with the cheese. I needed to add additional cheese to just have it covered all the way through. And now we're ready to bake it. Bake for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And after 30 minutes, the lasagna is ready. You can take it out of the oven and let it cool down a little bit. In the meantime, I also baked some asparagus for a side dish with avocado oil, salt and pepper. And our lasagna is looking delicious, as well as our side dish. After 10 minutes, the lasagna is ready to serve. It is looking nice and delicious. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, please share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel, and hit on the bell button so you can get notified when I upload the next healthy recipe. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching. This is the list of the ingredients. They're also linked in the description below, as well as some of convenient links to the products that I used in this delicious vegetable lasagna. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.